Did you know the subconscious mind is like a giant file library of all your memories? In fact, this is the place where all your choices are determined on how you respond to life and how you make important decisions. Strong emotions such as fears, desires, and urges all stem from the subconscious mind, which largely affects how you see the world and your place in it. If you compare the power of your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, your consciousness is extremely limited compared to your subconsciousness. The conscious mind is only a small fraction of your mental capacity that governs your awareness through the 5 main senses such as sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. The subconscious mind is where all the majority of your total mental capacity is used for registering everything behind the scene. And this is where the magic happens. Take a look at this. The brain is incredibly complex. It's consisting of about 100 billion neurons making on the order of 100 trillion connections. It's incredible to know how your subconscious mind is always on autopilot even when you're asleep. It's constantly maintaining your physical body, such as your organs, and your natural or learned tendencies for better or worse. Now, why is this all important? In the previous video, we went over an important principle of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill called faith. There's a very strong reason why sometimes we do not believe in achieving our own wishes, despite even though we want something, we do not believe we deserve it. In other words, we lack faith in achieving our goals. Well, in this chapter of Think and Grow Rich, according to Napoleon Hill, what you need to learn next will help you increase your belief and help you train your subconscious mind to attain the success you want. How do we really do that? It's by applying the third principle of Think and Grow Rich called Autosuggestion. You see, autosuggestion is an effective technique shared by multitudes of wealthy individuals that Napoleon Hill interviewed during his 20-year journey. Interesting, right? Well then, how does this principle work? You see, as we talked about, your life is experienced mainly through your 5 senses, which is sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Hill says that all these 5 main senses contribute to the formation of new thoughts, which later gets processed and filtered by your consciousness before it enters into your subconscious. The conscious mind serves as an outer guard filter which either lets your thoughts pass or be rejected before entering in your subconscious mind. Once the thought reaches into the subconscious mind, it gets planted like a seed and cultivates over time, ultimately influencing your behavior, emotions, and future actions. Napoleon Hill notes that in order for thoughts to make it into the subconscious mind, it must be mixed with emotions or feelings. The reason being is your subconscious mind only recognizes and acts only upon thoughts that have been well mixed with emotions or feelings. Here's an example of that. Just imagine you are a thought bubble, waiting outside in a single file line with the other thought bubbles, all trying to get inside this subconscious VIP club. The only way to get inside that club is if you go through the front entrance, which is heavily guarded by security guards. Those security guards work with the conscious mind department, checking if you have a pass. If you don't have a pass, you get the boot. So what exactly is that pass? You probably already guessed it. That pass is a feeling or emotion. If you have it, you can go right in. Still wondering why this works? Try to remember any past social event that you went to. Perhaps a childhood memory or something that happened to you a few years ago. Chances are you don't exactly remember everything that was spoken word for word between whoever was there with you, but you will always remember the feelings and the emotions you experience. Now that you're starting to learn how the mind works, here's where autosuggestion comes in. As written by Napoleon Hill, no thoughts, whether it is negative or positive, can enter the subconscious mind without the aid of autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is essentially a self-suggestion technique that will take effect over time as you continuously practice it. To do autosuggestion, you need to first do step number 1. Always focus on your ultimate goal by frequently looking at your written statement of your desire and then close your eyes and speak it out loud. And then step number 2, as you're doing this, it's important to see and feel as you're already in possession of your goal, saying it in detail with gratefulness and passion. And then step number 3, repeat this at least twice a day every day, once in the morning and once at night. I suggest taking a minute to meditate to quiet your mind down so then you can then decide what your mind should focus on. Now there's a couple of practical ways I will share with you how I really like to do this, so stay tuned to the very very end because you're not going to want to miss out. Now, over time, as you continuously practice this, it starts to feel a lot easier to believe in your goals as your subconscious mind is getting newly implanted thoughts from autosuggestion. It will begin to align its direction towards your desired goals. It's ultimately tuning your mind to see and hear things related to your thoughts you planted over time. Here's an example how this works. Think of the time you got your first car. Now try to remember what was it like a week later after owning it. Okay, now think about this. Isn't it interesting that you suddenly begin to notice all the same car models like yours on the road, where beforehand you never really noticed them? Why is that? That's because your subconscious mind is now aligned and tuned with that car model due to your emotional connection with your car. That's how autosuggestion will work for you too with your implanted desire. You'll begin to notice new opportunities that you weren't aware of on how to create wealth, but now you'll start to see them as you practice this technique. Once you spotted new opportunities, from that point the next step is critical for taking action, which we'll talk about in the next video. Now, here are some very simple practical ways of how you could actually do this. The first way is using personal affirmations. This is what we just talked about. You can use your phone, computer, piece of paper to write down your goal and have it where you can clearly see it every day. You can do things like having a background wallpaper on your computer or sticky notes on the bathroom mirror. The second way is using reminders, which one of the ways to do this is using your phone. You can set up a daily reminder to remind yourself to think about your goals. Reminding yourself several times per day helps train your brain refocus on the right things. And the third way to do this is using vision boards and posters. This is one of my absolute favorite ways of doing this. Having a vision board, picture frame, or a poster placed somewhere in your house where you could always see it, such as in your room, will help you ingrain your ultimate desire into your subconscious mind. And one of the best ways that I've been doing this, and you could try this too, is using Display. Display is a manufacturer specializing in creating exceptional metal posters and a platform for gathering talented artists from all over the world. And what's so awesome is you're able to capture your unique passions with one-of-a-kind metal posters from over 800,000 artworks to choose from. Let me personally show you what I got from Display. Right from the start, when I received my package, I was blown away by how incredibly colorful it looked. When I opened the box, I was just amazed. To give you an idea how big these large metal posters are, here's a copy of Think and Grow Rich placed on top of them. As you can see, I'm a big fan of traveling, which is why I have a couple mountain pictures as my vision to travel more in the future. So this really helps me visualize it whenever I see it in my room. What I truly love most about Display, it takes about 20 seconds to set up with no power tools, all thanks to a simple magnet you just mount on the wall. I also found it fascinating, for every Display purchase, a tree gets planted thanks to your support that goes to a non-profit organization that helps the communities around the world plant trees and care for them. Feel free to check out by clicking on my special link in the description that automatically applies a 25% discount towards your purchase. You can check out my favorite collections I have on my Display homepage, or feel free to browse through the website to find the special one that you like the most. Coming up, stay tuned for the next following video that'll go in depth about the fourth principle of Think and Grow Rich, which is called specialized knowledge. If you're enjoying this series so far, please drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.